So, doing this one unscripted, completely off the dome. But I'm creating this YouTube channel, or I'm posting on this YouTube channel for the one purpose of literally just keeping myself accountable. I made a bet with my good friend I met in London to post once a week on long form content, or once a day on short form content minimum. I plan on doing more of that in the future and really making my content the central point of my business connections because I've seen what it's been able to do for others. And beyond that, I have a passion for content. I think it's super cool being able to document and look at all the memories that you have with the people that you love. So I want to have a business side of content and I want to have a personal side of content. And it's kind of like a Venn diagram. It's going to intertwine both at times, but I want both to be pretty distinct. And I want the main focus for one to just be for pure pleasure and the other one to be pure business. This is the one I decided is going to be for pure business. But the goal, the journey that a viewer who was watching this is going to join me on is doing 100K a month profit in my bank every single month by the age of 21. So I turned 21 in December of 2026, which is only about 5 months away now, 6 months away-ish. It's July. It's late July right now. Right now I'm doing 120K per month top line revenue. Okay. Margins are a little bit tight. So I'm not anywhere close to doing 100K per month USD in my bank every single month. And the reason is because I think the churn in my agency currently is too high because of the model that I chose. The model I chose was pay per lead. So I'm transitioning. I'm going to an SEO offer. I'm going to do both at the same time, right? I'm going to prioritize the one that's making me the most money. But with this new agency, has high margins. I'm doing it by myself. Low, employee count, and very, very, very high retention, right? The churn is very, very low. And I want to achieve this goal of hitting 100K a month with this new agency by December of 2026. And between these two businesses that I'm running, the goal is to be doing 100K per month USD in profit every single month by the time December rolls around. And this document's kind of useless. It's kind of just saying what I'm already saying out loud. But I've entered this period of my life before called the Great Lock-In. And the Great Lock-In basically entails me doing everything in my feasible possible power to achieve a goal with no expectation of me actually achieving it. But my brain is in a mode where the only thing I'm focused on is my inputs. And honestly speaking, the first time I did this, it was highly inefficient. It was extraordinarily fulfilling because I pushed my body and my brain to a point that I never thought was possible. But in terms of what I actually got out of it on the other end of that tunnel, wasn't very profitable or wasn't very effective, to say the least. I started becoming very profitable when I started learning core skills like delegation, core skills like mastering sales, core skills like networking, right? These are the skills that actually got me to 100K per month. But what got me to the first 10K per month is this grind phase. And I owe everything to this grind phase. Now, I want to go on a similar grind phase because I want to incorporate different assets that are going to make me a lot more effective. Assets like, leveraging AI, Claude, leveraging, my skill set, being able to run ads, leveraging my connections that I have, leveraging, larger, thinking bigger, thinking outside the box on different ways to market and brand for my company, such as me doing this content right here, right? A lot of different things that I want to do differently this time around for this quote unquote lock-in in order to hit my goal. I think I've done it before, I've hit 100K per month in 4 months before. So I think I can do it again. It's just a matter of, and I did it without paid ads first time around, right? I just flew across the country, closed big deals. I did it all on purpose, in person. There was no equation to that though. There's no equation to flying across the country. There's no equation. There's when you go to an event, you get a big spike of revenue, and then it starts to slowly fade off. There's no consistency. Paid ads, now that we're doing it for both agencies, has extraordinary consistency. I know if I put $1 and I'm gonna get $3 back or whatever the ROAS is on that specific campaign. So now I can get smarter with it. I can leverage tools that I have in order to feed this equation as much inputs as possible with the expectation of receiving large outputs as well. All right. But the new company is going to be called Arco Scaling. And we specialize in ranking small businesses to be number one on Google Maps. And it's a very simple offer. Very simple offer. In fact, I've actually scaled the agency to 5K per month with this exact offer before, except it was outrageously outpriced or overpriced, I should say, the first time I did it. And it actually was a lot shittier in terms of the back end system of the actual ranking. This new system I have is a lot better in terms of ranking. It gets actual inbound calls. It tracks everything to the T. It handles 5-star reviews. You can see everything front and back. It's crystal clear in terms of what the offer is. And I have a lot more confidence in this. And I have other people who've already scaled this to multiple 6 figures a month as testimonials. So I'm confident in my ability to scale to at least 100K per month. If anybody else has scaled an offer to 6 figures a month, multiple 6 figures a month, there's absolutely zero reason why I can't scale it to $500,000 a month. And I believe that from the bottom of my heart, right? To the core of my soul. Nobody has the ability to do anything that I cannot do. That's the delusion that it takes to hit these outrageous goals. But the commitment is until I hit this goal, I'm locking myself in a room and grinding. Zero distractions, zero excuses, zero moving the deadline. And I'm doing this with beyond just the agency. I actually made a deal or a bet with my friend, my roommate, my brother, I should say, today, matter of fact, that if I don't cop one of my dream cars within the next 6 weeks, 6 weeks is the timeline I'm giving myself. If I don't cop one of my dream cars within the next 6 weeks, there honestly isn't even a punishment. It's just, that's the vow. We have to do it no matter what. And he's going to cop one of his dream cars within the next 5 months. He gets a little bit more of a time horizon because I make a lot more money than him at the moment, at least. And he started a year behind me, which is fair. But we both gave ourselves this timeline because we're thinking too small. It's not about the cars that we're actually buying. It has nothing to do with the fucking cars. The cars are stupid. They're useless. I mean, they're not useless. They'll get you to point A to point B, but the only reason that they're nice cars that we have to be getting is so we can expand our brain to what's possible. If you stay inside this confined box of working towards small goals, then you're going to hit the small goals in a longer amount of time than you should have hit those goals, right? If I decide, hey, I need to buy a Lamborghini Aventador within the next 6 months, then I will do everything in my power to make sure that I buy a Lamborghini Aventador within the next 6 months. And I will work towards that goal, and I will make the money that I need to make in order to hit that and achieve that goal within that time frame. Versus if I make the goal of buying a Honda Civic in the next 6 months, then I will work as fast as it takes to buy a Honda Civic within this next 6 months. And why would I want to do that? If I know that it's possible for me to scale to $1 million a month within the next 6 months, why would I settle for scaling to 10K a month within the next 6 months? It makes literally zero sense. And I owe it, a lot of it, to me going on a very recent trip to London, and me opening my brain to what's possible for people my age, right? Like, it's not even like I'm 16 in a industry where everyone else is 37. Not at all, right? I'm 20 years old, and everyone else in that room was 20 years old, and they all made lots of money. And some of the guys in there were making $300,000, $400,000 per month USD profit. They're my age. Why can't I do it? There's literally no reason. So we're going to set these goals, and we're going to buy these cars, not because we want to flex, not because we want to aura a farm, not because we want to post on Instagram. We do want to do all those things, don't get me wrong. Right? I'm not saying that we don't want to do all those things. It'd be tough to aura farm with the V's. But the primary focus or the primary idea of getting these things is so that we can level up faster. Spend more, make more. The most stupid quote I've ever heard in my entire life, but for some reason it's starting to actually make sense because I'm starting to spend more money, and I've made more money as a result of me spending more money. Makes no sense. I moved out, I doubled my income. I started spending lots of money on food. I bought a new MacBook. I bought an entire new setup for my room. That was over $3,000, and I made all that money back within the next week. Right? If I hadn't done those things, I still would have been working on this shitty fucking Dell that I have sitting here, right? I still would have been working on this thing, and who knows how slow I would have been, right? Probably wouldn't have hit my goals as fast as I would have, or that I should have. So it's not about the actual aura. It's about what your brain is telling you is possible. This is kind of yap session. This YouTube video literally has zero structure whatsoever. but this is my second post. The next one will be much more structured. I'll give you live updates. I'll give you guys live updates of what's actually happening in my agency, how many clients I'm having, or how many clients I have,